Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. We thank you for joining us. I am Lydia Odije Ochi. And now the details. Presidential Election Petition Court has reserved ruling in the application of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the February 25th election, praying for the live telecast of the proceedings of the court. The five-man panel of justices headed by Justice Haruna Simon Samani gave the order after counsel to parties in the matter have adopted their processes. Counsel to the petitioners, Chris Uche, SAN, urged the court to grant the prayer of the petitioners. Counsel to INEC, Abubakar Mahmoud, SAN, Wole Olanipekun, SAN, Counsel to President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, Counsel to All Progressives Congress, strongly opposed the prayer. At the pre-trial hearing, where INEC has two applications, the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu has three motions, and APC will be adopting its two motions before the Presidential Election Petition Court. All the applications from the respondents are asking the court to either remove certain paragraphs from Atiku's petition or strike out the petition. The Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC, has set up an Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee, ADRC, for political parties to explore and settle its internal crisis. This was among resolutions of the Council's General Assembly meeting in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
This is the second General Assembly meeting of IPAC after the 2023 general election. National Chairman of the Council, Yaba Gisani, noted that the decision to set up an Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee is to enable the political class employ in-house mechanisms to resolve disagreements amicably instead of resorting to courts.
This will not only enhance the stability of the polity, but checkmate the onslaught of misguided politicians who are destabilizing the polity for their narrow, selfish interests.
The General Assembly meeting also resolved that the Council is to carry out a post-mortem of the 2023 general election from May 29, 2023. IPAC also concluded plans for training of political parties officials in collaboration with the National Institute of Legislative and Democratic Studies. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has expressed his support for the APC nominees, Abbas Tajuddin and Benjamin Kalu, for the position of Speaker and Deputy Speaker, respectively, of the 10th House. At a meeting with members-elect of the 10th Assembly, Gbajabiamila says his decision was in line with his belief in party supremacy. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali has details.
At this meeting convened by the group known as the Joint Task, comprising members-elect from across 8 political parties for the 10th Assembly, Gbajabiamila went down memory lane to highlight the consequence of not abiding by the choice of the ruling party in relation to the nomination of presiding officers for the 2 chambers of the National Assembly. He added,
Tajuddin Abbas, he quietly makes his impact. I want you to trust me. I want you to trust my judgment. I want you to take that leap of faith. For somebody who loves the institution, I can never lead you astray.
Others at the meeting include APC Senate President nominee Godswill Akpabio and House Leader Alhassan Adodogwa.
May you conduct your affairs mindful of respecting the 3 Gs, particularly respect the government.
Today, I am the Majority Leader of the House of Representatives, courtesy of the National Working Committee of my party. Courtesy demands that it's only fair I also stand by the position of the National Working Committee and the leaders of my party.
The speakership nominee and deputy canvassed support of their colleagues, promising fair and efficient leadership.
I will try as much as possible to sustain the modest achievements the 9th Assembly has recorded.
Joint Task is raising a call today and saying, come, let us work together as Parliament to give to Nigeria what is the best.
The Joint Task Group urged synergy amongst all political parties for a purposeful 10th Assembly. Lami Ali, NTA News.
Coalition of All Progressives Congress Support Organization is evolving new strategies to promote peace among Nigerians as its post-election task of enhancing unity. Saliu Gwanara reports that stakeholders emphasized cordial relationship among the arms of government during an engagement with the 10th National Assembly Senators-elect in Abuja.
Countdown to the inauguration of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu
is social cohesion.
This forum brought together Nigerians from different political parties to promote unity and set agenda for the legislature.
What are those binding factors that can bring us together as Nigerians? Is social cohesion a function of religion? If it is, then countries like Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates should have been #1 on the social cohesion index. But guess what? They are not even in the first 10.
Nigeria is a wonderful country with wonderful people. We believe in one Nigeria and we believe in unity of Nigeria.
Nigeria is one family, one unit. What affects the north insecurity also affects the south. So it's not the matter of that you take care of the north and leave the south. No, it has to be done in unison.
PDP are here, Labour are here, other parties are here, APC members, all groups. We have come together. We have unified ourselves.
The coalition of all support groups promise to sustain efforts towards promoting good governance during the incoming government of national unity. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
And now to security matters. 25 terrorist logistics suppliers met their Waterloo in the hands of troops of Operation Hardin Kai in the northeast part of the country. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Musa Damadami, stated this in a news conference highlighting details of ongoing joint armed forces operations between the 4th and 18th of May 2023.
Troops equally neutralized 26 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists, arrested 25 terrorist logistics supplier, 1 terrorist spy, and 1 Boko Haram terrorist. Troops also rescued 1 kidnapped Chibok girl, while a total of 511 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists and members of their family, comprising of 99 adult male, 161 adult female, and 251 children surrendered to troops at different locations within the theater of operation.
Details of the operations indicate that troops of Operation Delta Safe in the South-South deactivated 38 illegal refining sites, while 29 criminals sabotaging the nation's oil resources were arrested.
Operation Zoka have sustained the offensive against the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network terrorists and other criminal activities in the southeast zone of the country. Operational activities were conducted at different locations within Anambra, Abia, Ebonyi, and Imo State respectively. The operations were aimed at restoring peace and normalcy to the general area of operation.
Similarly, troops on clearance operation in the southeast apprehended 5 terrorists and members of the indigenous people of Biafra IPAC, while 4 victims kidnapped by the group were liberated. With the period under review, several criminal camps were destroyed and arms recovered. Civil security, the Nigerian Army Heritage and Future Center has demonstrated commitment to leverage on technology in policy analysis and rules of engagement in line with the 21st century strategy of combating insecurity. This was made known by the director of the center, Major General Kamilu Kadiri, at an orientation program in Abuja. Defense correspondent again, Ismail Musa, will tell us all about it.
Between the Nigerian Army, sister services, universities, ministry.
Experience, they say, is the best teacher. That is why the center is x-raying the Nigerian Army's past experience, present reality and future prospects, with a view to formulate and design appropriate research methodology for a more professional army.
Address observed possible lapses in Nigerian Army tactical, operational and logistics capabilities. The main objective of the center is to leverage on lessons drawn from our history and heritage to improve on our current and future operations.
The aim of this engagement will be to interrogate the fundamentals of the research process with a view to suggesting appropriate research methodology for the center.
Established in January 2023, the Nigerian Army Heritage and Future Center serves as a research hub for generation of ideas, policies and strategies, while leveraging on the core competence of the Nigerian Army to defeat current and future threats in line with the Chief of Army Staff vision. The center is envisaged to become a tri-service research-based institution for the Nigerian Armed Forces. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And from Abakaliki, report says that Ebonyi State Police Command has paraded 4 suspects in connection with the alleged murder of His Royal Highness Eze Christopher Ibokwe of Umo Eze Kohai, Eza North Council area of the state, murdered in his palace on the 27th of February 2023. Ijama Peter Wante reports.
The incident, which took place on the 27th of February 2023 at the palace of Eze Christopher in Umeze Koha, is North local government area of the state. According to the Ebonyi State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Onome Onowapoyeya, explained that the gang of Ayes confraternity invaded the Eze's palace through the fence and with AK-47 rifle and other dangerous weapons, and on sighting the Eze, shot at him severally, leaving him in the pool of his blood.
It was said that on the 27th of February, he was sitting outside his palace with his wives and children when these 4 people being paraded with additional 30 persons scaled through the fence, entered the compound and shot at him severally. So it was reported to us and our operatives swung into action, and they were arrested from different parts of the country, from Enugu and from Anambra states.
Meanwhile, some of the suspects interviewed said they are not guilty, explaining that although they are from the community but have not visited for a long time, as they reside in Enugu with their families.
After I run last time, as of 5 years, I never come village.
Similarly, 4 suspects were also paraded for conspiracy, armed robbery, cultism, and unlawful possession of firearm. While some of the suspects confessed to the crime, others denied involvement. All suspects will be charged to court after investigation. In Abakaliki, Ijoma Peter Wante, NTA News.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says it is investigating the 70 billion naira corruption allegations against Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Mohammed Matawale. Director of Public Affairs of the Commission, Osita Nwaja, disclosed this while responding to allegations of corruption in assets disposal and plea bargain procedure made by the governor against the Commission. Nwaja says the issue has nothing to do with transparency of EFCC's assets recovery and disposal process as claimed by Governor Matawale, but a case of corruption fighting back. The director added that the money in question was sourced as a loan from the bank for the purpose of executing projects in the state, but was allegedly diverted by Governor Matawale through proxies who received payments for contracts that were not executed. The Commission's investigations revealed that more than 100 companies have received payments from the money with no evidence of rendering any form of services. Next on our lineup on the news, we go to, let me take my next story. We now go to Lagos, where Hingino John Adams is standing by with more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Hingino. You're next.
Nigerian Television Authority has again added more awards to its kitty as it emerged the most impacting media organization at the maiden edition of the Nigerian Broadcasting Awards ceremony organized by the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria. Ruth Ario Samuel tells us more on other awards won by the largest television network in Africa.
It was a night of recognition and accolades for those with outstanding performances in the broadcast industry, as many nominees went home fulfilled.
It is our honor to celebrate your contribution to the growth of the broadcast industry.
The Nigerian Television Authority emerged the most impacting media organization. Other awards that went to the NTA family includes Life Achievement, won by the first Director General, Newscaster of the Year for Television, clinched by Ruth Agwele.
Lifetime Award is for those who survived all the vicissitudes. What I say to them is that it's a thoroughly satisfying engagement. Broadcasting is very fulfilling.
I have to put in so much work, effort, and dedication. I have to keep the standard even higher this time around because you are now like a kind of mentor to a lot of people who look up to you.
Zonal Director, NTA Lagos Network Center, commended the award recipients for making the Nigerian Television Authority proud.
There's nobody in that room who hasn't had one contact or the other with the NTA, whether you are as a professional, as a practitioner, or as just an industry person. So NTA is, where it is, it is the fulcrum of broadcasting in Nigeria.
The Nigerian Broadcasting Awards is designed to appreciate excellent performance among broadcasters, as well as encourage media practitioners to uphold ethics of the profession. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
Congratulations to the NTA family. Although Nigeria is not alien to simplifying processes using the options provided by information technology, but in deepening its capacity in artificial intelligence, there is need to fund science, technology, engineering, mathematics education so as to achieve rapid industrialization and meaningful development. A professor of system engineering at the University of Lagos, Olumuyiwa Ashaolu, stated this at an inaugural lecture titled Automata and Intelligent Agents, Engineered Systems that Makes Life Easier. Michael Olale reports.
The future of information technology is anchored around artificial intelligence, with virtual assistants like Alexa, Siri, and ChatGPT dictating the next phase. And at the heart of this innovation is a simple reality that automata and intelligent agents make life easier. This, the professor of system engineering, proved beyond reasonable doubt, using his award-winning inventions and problem-solving discoveries.
It is not surprising that we create bots and robots in our image and the image of other things. My lingua translator mimics a human interpreter, and my Linus Word edutainment program mimics a tour guide.
For Nigeria to join the League of Nations, maximizing the potentials inherent in automata and intelligent agents, Professor Shaolu made some recommendations, emphasizing the need for the adoption of local engineering solutions to indigenous problems.
Practical mentorship of young professionals must be prioritized. One way of doing this is for busy top consultants to stop contract aspects of their job to start off to engender growth.
The Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, believes Professor Shaulu's lecture will serve as an eye-opener in embracing the possibility inherent in system engineering.
He challenged Nigerians to encourage Nigerian engineers by buying made in Nigeria. He also wants systems engineers to assume the management and oversight of complex engineering projects by MDAs in the country.
The lecture, which is the 18th inaugural in the 2021-2022 academic session, is a clarion call in the quest to stimulating more researches and inventions that will make life easier. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Nationwide will continue with Yunusa in Maiduguri after this break.
Hello and thanks for joining us in Maiduguri. Despite commencement of a 5-day warning strike by Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, hospitals within Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, have continued to provide services for outpatients and those on admission. Mohammed Goni, who visited some hospitals within the metropolis, reports that state medical institutions are running full services.
The 5-day warning strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors took effect in mostly federal health institutions. This, however, did not affect service provision in any significant way at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, where the general outpatient section and admission was operational. A visit to orthopedic, pediatric and general surgery clinics, as well as general outpatient department at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, revealed that patients were being attended to as testified by some of them.
We are waiting for our turn and people are going in and coming out.
The resident doctor said the strike was the outcome of the decision reached at the extraordinary National Executive Council meeting of the association.
We want the society to see this as a call, as a fight for all. These days we heard about brain drain. Doctors and nurses are leaving the country every day on daily basis. Our numbers are dwindling.
This is one arm of the hospital that is on strike. The Nigerian Medical Association is not on strike. The medical and dental consultants, MDCAN, are not on strike, and all the other associations, they are not on strike. As you can see, right now many doctors around, they're doing the work. But that does not mean that we are not feeling the impact of the strike of the resident doctors. We're calling on the government to hasten and ensure that the demands are solved.
While at Mohammed Shua Memorial Hospital, Maiduguri, patients waited to take their turns to consult doctors already on ground at the time of the visit. Patients who spoke to NTA said they were not aware of the strike by resident doctors. Patients' care and other services are being carried out fully at the state-owned hospitals in Maiduguri. In Maiduguri, Ahmed Goni, NTA News.
As part of efforts to enhance professionalism, productivity and effective service delivery in the public sector, the state government reintroduced promotional examination for civil servants many decades after it was stopped. About 8,000 eligible and shortlisted civil servants from different cadres of government ministries, departments and parastatals participated in the 3-day promotional examination. Murjanato Hassan has the details.
This is an advancement, though we are starting for the first time, and inshallah we are going to make it.
For the first time in the history of Borno State, and we are very grateful and we pray that God will give us the victory over it.
A high-powered committee by Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum with a mandate to organize promotional exams for civil servants in Borno. 3 days exercise has commenced with professionals in the first seat. The participants had arrived the venue early in the morning for the screening and final preparations for the written test. The participating civil servants were addressed before the commencement of the exercise by the co-chairman of the promotional examination, Bula Mali Gubiu, and the chairman of the examination committee, Wakil Abbas, who charged them to be calm and focused, as it is not to hunt anybody.
to examine all our civil servants in the state for the purpose of grading them and promoting them where necessary. Promotion has not been done for a long time.
Accordingly to them, this step will pave way to all civil servants who are due for promotion to be elevated as the era of favorism in terms of getting promotions is gone. Some participants expressed gratitude for the opportunity and hope that the measure will be sustained so that they enjoy the fruits of their labor. The promotional exercise will be sustained on an annual basis to give room for civil servants who are due chance for elevation for increased service delivery. In Maiduguri, Rujana Hassan, NTA News.
The size of our package from Maiduguri is back to Lydia in Abuja with the continuation of news nationwide.
Many thanks, Yunusa. National Association of Resident Doctors has commenced a 5-day warning strike. Here in Abuja, Hakimat Aliyu visited the National Hospital Abuja and brings us the situation report.
Representative of the resident doctors at the National Hospital Abuja, Dr. Maruf Alau, said the association embarked on the warning strike to press home their outstanding demands.
We reminded government of things that we have asked for before. We also reminded government of their promises to us, and we gave an ultimatum of 2 weeks. And we expected that government should call us to negotiation table. So we want government to do the needful.
Many appealed to both parties to meet and resolve amicably, as patients would always be at the receiving end.
Expression is that the government should do something about it.
We are the ones suffering, because we don't have money to go to the private hospital. And if we come here, if we cannot see doctors here, where do we go to? We go home and sit, and we are sick,
Meanwhile, services are being rendered at the hospital by consultants and other health workers as a swift response to the situation.
Being a proactive chief medical director, has directed that consultants they should be on duty and cover all the areas. House officers, they are not part of this strike. And we also have doctors that are coppers, then the system. Also, the other areas are functioning very well.
With resident doctors contributing a large chunk of the workforce in hospitals, the industrial action, many say, would no doubt have a negative impact on the health system. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliyu, NTA News.
Still on health, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency has described the availability of skilled health workers in primary health centers as critical in curbing maternal, neonatal morbidity and mortality in Nigeria. It is in pursuit of this and other goals that the agency, in collaboration with development partners, will be inaugurating the Community-Based Health Research, Innovation Training and Services Program.
PHC revitalization, that is the cornerstone to achieve universal health coverage and the major undertaking and task for PHCDA over the next few years.
What we are seeing with the CRISP initiative is the leadership to move the needle, to recruit more nurses, midwives, doctors, to train them, to really move the needle and have an impact.
A lot of those not getting quality of care will have that opportunity to make sure that life is not only better for Nigerians, but is healthier and more productive.
CRISP aims to leverage the rural posting of resident doctors from teaching hospitals across the country to boost and guarantee the quality of care at the primary health care level through their active involvement in primary health care service delivery. This is targeted at improving reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health, amongst other health services that will benefit all Nigerians.
This initiative is expected to close the gaps in human resources at primary healthcare levels across the country. To further reduce the burden of malaria in Cross River State, the state government, in collaboration with the National Malaria Elimination Program and United States Government Malaria Initiative, is to commence the distribution of over 2.79 million insecticide-treated nets to households in Cross River State. Maureen Leo Ajom reports that this was made public at a press briefing in Calabar.
Malaria
a life-threatening disease transmitted to people through the bites of uninfected female Anopheles mosquitoes, accounts for over 66 million malaria cases annually, as captured by World Health Organization 2022, with an estimated 30% of child deaths and 11% of maternal deaths each year. The current prevalence of malaria in Nigeria is 22%, a reduction from 27% reported in 2015, according to Nigeria Malaria Indicator Survey 2021. And in Cross River State, billions of naira are said to be lost annually for malaria treatment costs. Medical experts believe that sleeping inside insecticide-treated nets is one of the best ways to prevent malaria, hence the insecticide-treated nets distribution campaign.
For us, we are really committed to see that we reduce the burden of malaria in Cross River State. Currently, we have a prevalence of 24%.
So this is the first time that we'll be carrying out an ITN campaign, and then we'll be going full-fledged across all the state using technology.
We are trying to fight a culture that is getting slowly ingrained in the inhabitants of Cross River State, and that is a negative net use culture.
The distribution of the net is slated to commence from 17th to 26th June 2023 in Calabar. Maureen Leo, Ajom, NTA News.
And other business activities have been halted at China Kwara Quarry Company in Asa, local government area of Kwara State, following complaints of public disturbance by Ikea-Akari Jale-Yemi community, leading to subsequent sealing of the company by the Kwara State government. Ahmed Fulani reports that though the matter is already in court, the residents of the community want drilling and blasting of rocks to stop, pending the determination of the case in July.
The Ikea-Akari Jale-Yemi community, founded 9 years ago in Asa, local government area of Kwara State, is about 150 meters away from the quarry company. Their mining activities have been giving them sleepless nights, constituting health hazards to the young and old living in the community, as well as cracking of their houses. These and more made them to seek redress in court and from the state government.
The breeze of the blasting is affecting our eggs, our crops, our animals, everything like that, and we try all our possible best to go extra mile to talk to them, but they refuse to do.
What the community wants is that they should stop blasting. Nobody is saying that they should not sell their product. They will stop blasting, and they should be ready to pay collateral damages.
The quarry's administrative secretary, Sabi Abubakar, says the company has government approval to carry out mining activities in the area and has good relationship with the neighboring communities.
The court order suffice for us not to do any blasting again. The gate you seal, we have people living within the compound. Assuming, and right now we have an emergency, one of the experts is not feeling fine. How do we get our vehicle out of the gate to attend to him?
Representatives of the Ministry of Environment and the Kwara State Environmental Protection Agency were at the company at the time of this report, but they declined comment. Ahmed Fulani, NTA News.
Basic environmental hygiene ethics and adherence to flood warnings have been identified as major factors to prevent and control the effects of the 2023 impending flood. This was the outcome of stakeholders meeting organized by the Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission in Mina. Husseina Musa reports.
Annual flood outlook research by the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency and the Nigerian Meteorological Agency indicate that the country in 2023 will experience heavy downpour, and Niger State is identified among the states with high risks of flood. This meeting, which attracted people of vested interest, was organized by Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission, IPAC, to discuss effective means of mitigating the effects of the impending flood, which often have devastating effects on both lives and property.
The flooding is a natural phenomenon, but people can do something to reduce the effect. So we are not even more interested in mitigation. We are trying to prevent. When you prevent, you don't have to go for mitigation thereafter. And that is why we are collaborating with the various agencies that have similar mandate to address the issue of catastrophe as a result of flooding.
Stakeholders identified attitudinal change, adherence to flood warnings, and basic environmental hygiene ethics as flood risk reduction approach, while relevant agencies collaborate to complement each other to achieve desired results. In Mina, Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has commended the media for their role in nation building over the years. The SGF made the commendation at the quarterly meeting of the Nigeria Inter-Religious Council with the theme, Media and Effective Leadership for Nation Building. Haman Jabani was there.
Nigeria Inter-Religious Council chose the theme of the second quarter meeting 2023 in recognition of the vital role media play in nation building and the need to foster a better working relationship between the media and those in leadership positions in the interests of the country. The media, which is believed to promote democracy and good governance, serves as a watchdog in ensuring that leaders are held accountable while creating avenue for constructive criticism, feedback, and the promotion of peace and unity.
I want to thank the media for the unflinching support over the years in ensuring the growth and development of our hard-earned democracy, and to encourage that more should still be done, especially in the key areas of effective and investigative reportage that promotes peace and unity among and between members of the various religious and ethnic groups in the country.
We are ready to listen to you. We are ready to write to the government what your fears are, what your aspirations are, what your assumptions are, what you believe this government must do about the incoming government. And inshallah, we will succeed.
The media can help to enrich the conversation of leaders by providing, amongst others, well-investigated and well-researched stories that will improve the religious literacy of leaders.
Other speakers say the media serves as a platform for exposing corruption and abuse of power for good leadership and unity of the nation.
Shaping attitudes and public opinion is a powerful position for any arm of society to be. The media is therefore that arm of society that influences our hearts and our minds either negatively or positively. That is indeed a truly powerful position to be.
NIREC appreciates the SGF boss Mustafa for his contribution over the years. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
A confirmation of NTA's wide reach to millions of viewers was in focus at the headquarters of the Federal Inland Revenue Service as it received the best rating of the implementation of the service charter drawn by the Service Compact with All Nigerians, SEVICOM. Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mohammed Nami, acknowledged the success of the NTA, which he said is behind the broadcast of the tax policies and regimes within the African space. Ike Chukundukwe reports.
Finding his signature is an affirmation of acceptance of the SEVICOM's rating of a foster service delivery to Nigerians, the best any organization has ever received by SEVICOM presidency since its inception.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Among the 5 drivers of service delivery, staff attitude featured prominently at 73%, while timeliness and other drivers got a 70% rating. SEVICOM boss Nenaka Jemeli tasked the FRIS to aim for a 5-star position, which is the apogee of service to humanity.
Look at the mandate of FRS and look at the promises contained in the service charter, and then go to ask the taxpayers, are they keeping to these promises? And so the results and the feedback is what we have presented here today. And so it's very key. And when the IMF came,
It was one of the tools that they rated. Please clap for Sericom.
Insufficient signages for direction, internet glitches, downtime on Task Proma's platform were the weaknesses that debarred the Federal Inland Revenue Service from reaching a praiseworthy rating. Ikechukwu, NTA News.
In order to serve Nigerians better and deliver services effectively to targeted groups, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and Social Development has launched a revised service charter to guide implementation of the ministry's programs and targets. Elizabeth Omoriri reports that the launch coincided with an award ceremony where the minister, Sadiya Farouk, was honored with a Lifetime Humanitarian Award.
The introduction of the revised service charter is in line with the drive to stimulate reforms to address customer complaints and develop adoptable strategies for service delivery. Key actors in the development of the charter emphasized that the document will serve as a reference material for the delivery of quality services.
It also highlights the activities of the departments and units, including the clusters of the National Social Investment Program, with their functions, obligations, and stakeholders' participation.
It communicates requirements for training of persons with disabilities, the NPower program, all of these, the beneficiaries, what they can be paid and how regularly and when due this payment is due. So all of these promises are contained in this service charter.
Based on the functionality of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, hard work and dedication were rewarded at the event, and the minister was honored with a Lifetime Humanitarian Award. Staff who remained resolute and committed to the mandate of the ministry were also recognized. Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
In a bid to address educational challenges exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing insurgency, the Sesame Square, a children's educational program, has launched a groundbreaking program titled Teaching Smarter. This innovative approach to learning aims to improve the quality of education among children of developing stage. Abdul Malik Hassan has more.
A demonstration of learning through play. Teaching Smarter is a comprehensive manual that focuses on child development, offering effective guidance for teaching children between the ages of 3 and 5 through play and gamification. Developed by Sesame Square, the program emphasizes alternative learning strategies to bridge the gaps created by the COVID-19 pandemic and insurgency. Adamawa and Bauchi states are the first beneficiaries.
When we realized that children in early years were not receiving any education during the COVID, we found out that they were left out of the online programs. They had television programs for other children and they had radio programs for other children, but nothing for children between the ages of 3 to 5. And scientifically, children's brains developed up to 95% before they turn 5.
Recognizing the quality of education is influenced by various factors, the initiative highlights the importance of creating an enabling environment in schools. The program emphasizes the significance of a supportive teaching and learning process.
They were able to identify exactly what were the specific areas, specific competencies that teachers needed more support in.
It's a successful project. What we need to do first is to scale it up, and we need to sensitize other states,
and of course to add up with what we have. We have the Reggio Emilia teaching methodology, using play method, which is similar to this.
In addition to the classroom environment, strong support from parents and the community is crucial for the success of the program, says the program developers. Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
You're still watching Nationwide. Let's go on another break. We'll be back with more reports. Thank you for staying. Nigeria's former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, appeals to President Muhammadu Buhari to speedily give assent to the National Youth Service Corps NYSC Trust Fund Bill. General Gowon was speaking at the commissioning of the NYSC ultra-modern ICT building and Said exhibition as part of activities marking the scheme's 50th anniversary in Abuja. Olayinka Ojo reports that the bill, according to General Gowon, will bring about a notable turnaround in the scheme.
The NYSC scheme, a child of necessity, healing the wounds of civil war, railing the nation towards reconciliation and rehabilitation. Life, they say, begins at 50, and for the NYSC, it's time to count its blessings.
It has consolidated all those achievements of the past.
To corroborate this fact, this 80-year-old grandfather, also one of the pioneer Youth Corps members in 1973, Gregory Enegwa, says,
when I was 7, I got a lady who I had as my girlfriend then, and today she is still my wife. Because I married her immediately I finished my youth service. And I tell you, because of my marriage to that woman that I saw in Kaduna, every day has become a Christmas in my life.
This handshake from the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, who established the NYSC, and the first director of the scheme, Colonel Amadu Ali, says a lot, and it is because of its relevance to the Nigerian project of unity, national integration and economic development that General Gowon is appealing.
I pray for presidential assent of the proposed NYSC Trust Fund, which would make it possible a turnaround of every of events for the scheme.
Over the years, the operation of the NYSC have become heavily challenged with tons of data in its daily activities, owing to the increasing number of corps members.
The introduction of ICT in its operations has become inevitable and an essential tool for the smooth running of all areas of corps administration.
The event was also used to showcase some of the scheme's skills acquisition and entrepreneurship development products and produce. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
And that report ends nationwide. Thank you for being a part of this package. I am Lydia Odijochi. Before we go, don't forget to join NTA in the campaign against rape and rapists. Good evening.